Yikes.
So find your place at the front of the mat. Step those feet about hip width apart. Close those eyes. And we'll just get settled. So welcome everybody. I'm Sarah, your yoga teacher for today. And we're using this time to just check in with our body. Maybe starting at the top of your head and slowly bringing that awareness down past your eyes, your jaw, your neck. Checking in with yourself with no judgment on how the body feels. So if you've been sitting a lot, maybe you're feeling in your hips. It's been slouching, maybe in the neck. So just observing. How do you feel now? And what do you think your body needs to do? And as your eyes are closed and you're standing here, you may notice yourself swaying a little bit. That's totally normal. You're just settling in. You're almost never fully still. Feel those feet really ground down into the floor. Perhaps lifting those toes, setting them down. Perhaps feeling that heel really push into the ground. And see if you can find that space where your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound, your heel, they can all feel the ground at the same time. And once you feel that rooted sensation in the feet, feel that energy drawing up, allowing your legs to feel strong, supporting your body, your hips stacking nicely. Then feel your spine growing from the base, stacking those vertebrae. Almost like Lego blocks, nice straight tower up. Having the neck and head rest on top. Not forgetting about those arms, letting those shoulders dangle, hands feel heavy, arms by your sides. To a nice, strong standing position. Today when we breathe, we're going to almost grow out like a balloon. So as you inhale, feel your arms rise out to the sides very slowly, almost like you're playing that push your hands into the door frame game. And then exhale, allow those hands to come back in. We're gonna do that a few times. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, feel those arms go out. Exhale, let those arms float back in. Inhale. Exhale. Perhaps trying 2 more to your own breath, feeling the float. Feeling how the expansion of the breath just allows those arms to move. Perhaps 1 more. Exhaling. Allowing those arms to rest by your sides. You can bring your chin to your chest, opening up the back of the neck. And then slowly begin to rotate that neck toward the right shoulder. Moving the neck circle back, chin comes up. There's my light in the ceiling. And exhale, let's come down the other side. So inhaling for the first half of that rotation. And exhaling for the second half. We're continuing that nice slow breath that we created at the beginning with arms. And as you finish this next rotation, moving nice and slow, we're gonna pause that chin to chest. And then moving the rotation in the opposite direction. Feeling free to hang out at any of the little sticky parts. So if you find there's one part where you feel that tension in the neck, where you're like, oh, I'd like to stay here just for a moment, see if I can change that sensation to be something a little bit more comfortable. Feel free to stay there. And you may notice that if you've been looking at your computer at a funny angle this morning. And then we'll rest that chin to the chest. Slowly bring that head back up to center. You can open those eyes slowly, adjusting to the room and the light. You're gonna inhale those arms. I'm going out to the sides, but do whatever works for you in your space. Bringing those arms up nice and high. Left hand's gonna grab the right wrist. We're gonna inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend. Opening up your side body. Feeling that stretch. An option to step your right foot behind your left, bending that left knee, increasing the bend and challenging your balance a little bit more today. Finding that deep breath. Inhale your torso up. Step those feet apart. Reach those fingers high. Maybe you want to look up just for a moment, stretching that neck. Bring the head back to center. And this time, right arm's gonna grab the left wrist, side bend over. Feel that sensation in the side body. Opening up that space. If you'd like, stepping left foot behind right, finding that balance, bending that right knee, feeling that side body stretch. Then we'll inhale up the top part of the body, step out, reach those hands up, and exhale, sweeping them down and going out to the sides, but whatever way weight works in your space. We're just gonna feel that mountain pose again. I'm going to turn my toes out to the sides, heels in. And stepping out a little bit further, feet can go off the mat. We're gonna come into a squat. So inhale those arms up. And then exhale it, slowly come down, knees coming over the toes. Nice and strong, so engaging those back muscles and those thigh muscles to stay up high in an active squat today. As you inhale, maybe you want to push yourself to rise up a little bit. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise and hold. As you exhale, push all the way up to standing nice and tall. Beautiful. We're going to sweep those arms up. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see better. Exhale, forward fold. So softly bending the knees, hinging the hips. We're going to come all the way down. Grabbing opposite elbows with the hands, bending the knees and forward folding. So depending on your flexibility, you can be bent a lot, a little bit. We really want the head to dangle, so the crown of the head's facing the ground, releasing the head. Maybe you want to slowly move it from side to side. Feeling that nice long breath. Think about raising those hips up nice and high. You can still raise the hips with the knees bent. Just noticing how that changes the sensation. Exhale, release the hands, perhaps tenting the fingers, placing them in front of you, and inhaling up to a wide leg half lift. Belly button to spine. Those fingers can be really tented. You can place your yoga blocks, if you have them, underneath your hands. And we're going to move the left hand into the center and inhale up, the right arm up nice and high. You can bend the left knee, twisting open as you hold and breathe in the twist. Coming down slowly, replacing the right hand in the center, bending the right knee, and inhale up that left arm, twisting to the other side. Holding here, holding the pose, but continuing to breathe. Then exhale, let's prepare to switch one more time. Left hand goes in the middle, left knee bends, right arm comes up. This just allows us to rotate our body, counteract all that sitting. Exhale and come down. Replace the hand, bend the right knee. Inhale up the left arm. One of my favorite poses if I've been in the same position for a long time. Exhale, we're going to come down, leaving both hands down this time. Bending the knees, releasing the head again. Forward fold. And you can place those hands on the hips, engage those feet, push into the ground, drop your butt, and slowly push up through the feet. So you're coming up to a standing position. Head comes up last. Nice and tall. Beautiful. All right. So check in with those toes and that you're at the front of the mat. We're gonna have those toes out to the corners. Sweeping those arms up, I'm gonna go forward this time. Gaze comes up. We're gonna exhale down to that active squat again. Toes come over, knees come over toes as we slowly move down. Push those feet into the ground. And use those thighs and back muscles to keep your squat active and up. Feeling that breath move through your body to give you some strength. We're building strength here. And then exhale, let's move those hands down and forward, placing them on the ground. Let's step back with the left foot nice and long. And then the right, however you can, finding your plank from the toes or the knees, yogi's choice. While you're here, you're pushing the ground away, feeling those knuckles and fingertips, pushing into the ground, belly button to spine. Those legs are squeezing together. And then on your exhale, you're gonna lower all the way to your belly. Elbows in. Beautiful. Let's walk those hands out off the mat. It's okay to go off your mat. 10th of fingers like spiders. And we're gonna do 3 back bends in a row to our breath. So we're gonna inhale. Exhale, rise up. Gaze stays to the floor, lengthening the spine, peeling the chest and the head off the ground. Exhale, lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower. Nice, slow breath. Inhale, rise up one last time. Exhale, lower. Walking those hands in beside the chest, tucking the toes, pushing yourself up, finding your tabletop. Now from your tabletop, you're gonna stack your wrists and shoulders, your knees under your hips. As you exhale, drop your belly down, butt comes out, shoulders come through, gaze comes up to cow. Exhale, push the ground away, begin to arch the back up like a cat. Dropping the head and neck, feeling that peak. Exhale, release the belly, sit bones come up, chest comes through, gaze comes up. And slowly reverse into your cat. Exhale back to neutral. We're going to from either tabletop or down dog. So I'm going to demo this first round in tabletop, but if you'd like to do 3-legged dog, feeling free. We're going to find our solid tabletop and reach that left leg back behind you. Nice and long, pushing that heel away. Engaging the belly button to gore. And then as you exhale, move that knee into your chest. You bring it underneath. And then we're going to step it out to the left side of the hand on the outside of the pinky so that we're on an angled lunge. Press your right hand into the ground and let's twist up with that left arm, similar to what we were doing earlier. And then we're adding a little arm movement here. So as you exhale, bring the arm around back.
Keys can follow. And then inhale, sweeping the arm forward and up. 2 more arm circles to your own speed. Using your breath to guide the movement. So inhaling for half the circle. Exhaling for the other half. And then we're going to bring that hand back down inside the foot. Pressing into the hands, we're going to bring that left leg back, finding your tabletop or your down dog. Getting ready to do the other side. So let's lift that right leg straight and back, feeling it extend long from the hip. Inhaling deep, exhaling long, and then bring that right knee underneath into your belly, using that core to hold it there, floating off the ground, and then stepping it out to the side, outside the the right pinky with the right foot. Plant your left hand into the ground. Let's sweep up to the other side with that twist. Holding here for a few breaths, feeling the twist in this lunge. And then beginning the circle. So inhaling for the first half, exhaling for the second half. And perhaps you want your gaze to follow your hand. It's almost like your hand's moving through molasses, nice and slow, as if the air is thick. Doing one more circle, reminding your shoulder that it likes to move in all of these directions. And then we're going to bring the hand back inside the foot, taking that front right leg, and we're going to move it back to our tabletop or down dog, checking in. Beautiful. And now everyone's going to rest in child's pose. So knees come out wide to the sides of the mat, big toes come together. We're going to bring our sit bones close to the heels and begin walking those hands straight forward, melting the head down to the mat. You can also use your hands as props, stacking those hands together to rest the forehead on those hands as well. It doesn't quite beat the mat. Oh, my words today. And while we're here in child's pose, you're going to inhale deep. Exhale long. Feeling your belly drop between your legs. Allow yourself to grow heavy. And on the exhale, we're going to push into those hands to slightly raise the chest and the head. Walking those hands over to the right side of the mat. They can come off the mat, that is okay. And then exhale, melt that head down. Opening up the side body. Bringing the left hand onto the right. Feeling that breath. And then slowly pushing the hands into the ground to raise the chest and head. Let's walk those hands across the center and over to the left side, just until you can feel that side body opening up. This is one of my favorite poses after I've been sitting, which is why it's pretty much in all of my South Poly classes. Even from before Zoom, just a nice way to stretch out my side. And the exhale, let's push those hands into the ground and rise the body up. Walk the hands back to center. And then we'll walk those hands toward our body. We're gonna find our tabletop. And we're gonna try the same sequence we just did. Option to stay in tabletop, do it how we did it the first time. Or if you want, you can tuck those toes, move the sit bones back, push the front of the mat away as you slowly come into down dog. Option to take this sequence with down dog this time or tabletop. Yogi's choice. You know your body best, so you get to choose which option you want today. So we're going to inhale and raise that left leg up. Feeling that left leg stretch out behind. Perhaps you want to point the toe this time. As you inhale, bring that knee into your chest. Using your core to hold that knee there as you look forward. And we're going to step that foot to the outside of the left hand. Toes come out 45 degrees. And you can choose to drop the back knee or leave it up this time. Press the right hand into the ground. Let's inhale. That left arm nice and high. And this time, instead of circles, we're just going to turn the palm so it's facing the front of the mat. And exhale, you can reach that arm up overhead. Just noticing the difference in the shoulder this time. Inhale that arm back up. You guys got this. Bring that left hand down into the mat. And this time, a little bit differently, we're going to press that left hand into the ground, press the hands into the ground, and we're going to step forward to that squat however you can. So remembering those feet can be off the mat as you find your squat here. Beautiful. Finding that breath. Today's practice is all about building some strength. Exhale, let's bring those hands down, press into the ground. Stepping back with the right foot, nice and long to plank. Then the left foot. And then finding either your tabletop or your down dog. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. Feeling those fingers spread, knuckles connect, fingertips connect. Let's raise up the right foot this time. Pointing the toe, extending the leg. Inhaling the knee into the belly. Looking forward, and let's step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Option to drop the knee. And then we're going to twist open. The right hand comes up. Holding here for a few breaths. Flipping the palm to face the front of the mat. And exhale, bring that hand sweeping down toward the head. Palm facing down. Noticing the difference in the shoulder from this movement from when we did the circle last time. And if you're shaking, I'm shaking. Just shows you're building strength. Inhale that hand up. Coming back down, hand in front of the foot. Getting ready to press that foot into the ground, hands into the ground. And however you can, let's take that back foot and step it forward. Whew. Finding that squat. However you find it. Feeling that breath. Beautiful. Let's bring those hands down. And however you can, let's bring the knees down. And having a seat on those heels. Hands on the thighs, sitting nice and tall. And always knowing throughout the class if there's a pose that is not sitting well with you. Last fall, sitting on my knees was not an option due to an injury. You have the option to sit in cross-legged, legs out front. Just taking this moment in a seated position to catch our breath. Perhaps noticing how that breath changed from the beginning of practice to now. We're slowly going to begin to rise up on those knees. We can bring those knees about hip width apart. So I'm looking like this from the front. We're going to bring our hands onto our butt, just like we were putting our hands in our jean pockets. Really pressing those feet into the ground. Inhale tall. And as you exhale, begin to move your hips forward. Lifting your chest and coming into a slight back bend. It does not have to be big here. Moving those quads forward, those thighs forward. Feeling your hips move. Having the gaze at the sky, finding their breath. And then exhale, let's bring the torso up, hips come in, standing tall. We're gonna do this one more time. Option to do what we just did or to bring the hands down. I'm also gonna tuck my toes today so my heels are a little bit higher. So we're all gonna start the same way. Nice and tall, inhale deep. As you exhale, bring those hips forward, thighs forward, lifting the chest, gaze comes up. And then if you'd like today, you can bring that hand down to your heel, and then the other one. Really lifting your chest, pushing those hips forward. And wherever you are, finding that breath. Our yoga is about our journey. And then we're slowly, if those hands are down, you're gonna engage that core, bring those hands back to your jean pocket. Torso comes up, hips come up. And we're gonna sit nicely down in that comfortable position. Noticing how that camel back bend felt today. My first 5 or 6 years of doing yoga, I was never very impressed when the instructor did that pose. I found it to be very difficult. So if you are not enjoying it today, you are not alone. And if you like it, apply that philosophy to another pose you don't like. There's always one. All right. Let's slowly come back to tabletop. Spreading those fingers, feeling those knuckles connect. Pushing the right hand into the ground. Let's inhale up the left side. Same movement we've been doing all class, feeling the twist in tabletop this time. And then as you exhale, we're gonna sweep that arm down. Back of the palm faces the mat as we slide it underneath, threading the needle, reaching it through. And perhaps we want to bring our arm down, maybe our shoulder. And we're gonna feel this twist. Remember, you can always stay high, that's the same pose. Yoga has all of these different poses that look different in everybody's unique body. What you're feeling here is a twist in your spine and your back body. You're feeling some sensation perhaps in your shoulders. And as you exhale, begin to push that right hand into the ground to push yourself up nice and slow as you slide that left hand underneath your body. We're going to sweep it up to the twist one more time. And exhale, bring that left hand down, resetting your tabletop as we try that on the other side. Left hand gets heavy, pushes the ground away. Right hand gets light as you sweep it up toward the ceiling, feeling the twist. I really feel this in my shoulder and my upper back. As you exhale, sweeping your right hand down, back of the palm faces the ground, and you bring that arm underneath your body, threading the needle. Keep bringing it sideways so the arm comes down, maybe the shoulder and the head come down. Perhaps you want to walk out that top arm long. You're going to find that breath. And then slowly bring that left hand back to the head. Push the ground away. So we slide that right hand underneath. Bring it up high. And exhale, coming back to tabletop. Last strength move, you're gonna find a plank from knees or from toes. I'm gonna walk my hands forward, move my body forward so my shoulders are over the wrists. Belly button to spine. I'm gonna tuck my toes and find my plank from my toes. Yogi's choice, you can stay from the knees. It's still building that strength in the arms as you push the ground away. Our last strength move is gonna get us to the ground. So we're really gonna push the ground away, belly button to spine. As you exhale, keep those arms in and slowly lowering your straight line of the body all the way to the ground. Beautiful. Let's reach those arms down toward the toes, not the right cheek to the ground. Feel that neck. And maybe you want to tip the chin toward the shoulder, changing that stretch in the neck a little bit. Experimenting with those little shifts in movement to find the neck stretch that works best for you. And checking in with that breath as it moves into the mat. It might be quite rapid and short today with that strength building we did. And some active flexibility there too in those lunges. Inhale, raise the head, turn the neck, let's melt the left cheek to the ground. Observing with curiosity the difference between the left side and the right side. Learning to be aware of those little messages our body sends us. So if we're sitting there at our computer staring at Zoom and we're like, ooh, my left neck is a little twingy. Maybe in Zoom you can still slightly tuck that chin toward the shoulder. And just play with subtle movement. And see if you can change that little ache during your meeting and make it go away with just a little movement shift. So we do on our mat, we're hoping to take off our mat as well. Inhale, bringing the forehead to center. We're gonna reach that right arm straight ahead, left hand by the chest. We're just gonna allow that to help us roll over our right arm onto our back. Nice and slow, mindfully moving, recentering ourselves on our mat. We're gonna bring those heels closer into our sit bones. Maybe if you crunch your chest up, you can reach the back of your Achilles. Lay back down. Just take a moment to feel those feet, just like the start of class. Feel the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel push into the ground. As you push your feet into the ground, can you feel those knees want to move forward? Maybe you notice that when you do that, your hips slightly want to raise off the ground. This time, when we inhale, we're going to push those feet into the ground. Think of our knees moving forward and use those butt muscles to raise those hips up nice and high into a bridge. So you're using your feet by pushing them to the ground, using your butt muscles by engaging them, squeezing the butt together to raise the hips. And you can walk those hands if you'd like, underneath the shoulders, maybe reaching for the fingertips. Pushing those arms into the ground. So you inhale and exhale. Feeling those feet be active. And as you lower, you can release the arms, bring them apart. Think about lowering the upper back, then the mid back, then the low back, all the way down. Knees come together, feet come out wide, and hands come to the belly. Taking a moment to feel the breath, move the torso. We're going to do that one more time, exactly how we did it. I am going to give an option for raising the leg for some of you who've been coming for a while. This is just an option. You do not need to raise the leg in bridge. You can hold bridge. And if you've had enough of bridge today, feeling free to stay in this pose right here. Feeling the breath, counting the beats of your inhale and the beats of your exhale. That is yoga. Being aware of what you are doing in your body and your mind. Not just moving through things while thinking of something else. So whatever option you want to take right now, do it with intention, with awareness. And use that nice deep breath to help you move. Coming back to bridge, let's heel toe those feet back together or to hip width apart. Checking in that we can feel those Achilles. Releasing the head back. Getting ready by feeling those feet. And on your exhale, let's push the feet into the ground. Use the butt muscles to raise the hips up high. Option to walk those hands underneath the shoulders to interlace the hands. Pushing the hands into the ground. Option to stay here, or perhaps you want to push the left foot into the ground so that you can bring the right knee into your chest. And if this is your first time trying, it's often very wobbly and weird, and you can laugh, it's totally okay. And maybe you want to stay here, maybe you want to extend that leg up. And then slowly bring that leg back down, using that foot and those butt muscles to keep the hips up. And then bring that foot back in and set it down into your bridge. Option to do the other side, to hold, to come down. I'm going to inhale my right knee into my chest. Feel my breath. Extend your leg toward the ceiling if you choose. And then exhale, slowly lowering it down. Nice and extended. Then bending that knee to bring the foot in, set it down. And if you're still in bridge, releasing those hands, releasing those arms, and slowly lowering upper back, mid back, low back to the ground. Finding that bridge position. If you're in constructive rest, heel toe those feet back so the legs are wide. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, making a diamond with those legs. We'll bring the hands, one hand to heart, one hand to belly. We'll just take a few moments here, feeling the breath rise the stomach. Perhaps picturing that balloon in the stomach, raising up nice and big. Slowly deflating as that stomach comes down. Letting those bridge options go. Yoga is a lifelong practice. Some days poses feel really good and accessible. Other days you may think your yoga instructor is a little bit off her rocker. And you are correct in that you know what's best for your body, more so than me. So always using that practice of knowing when you can go a little harder, when you need to go a little lighter, and always practicing listening to those little whispers so you can maintain your health, improve your strength and flexibility over time, and just have a little fun with movement. Let's bring those hands out to the thighs, bring those knees back to center. And we're going to bring both those knees into our chest, wrapping those hands around the shins. We're going to keep the left knee into the chest, setting the left foot down on the mat. That left knee can be bent, or you can extend that left leg down the mat. Yogi's choice. Inhale deep. Exhale, bringing that knee maybe in a little bit more to your chest. And in this yin style pose, ask yourself, can I do a little less with my hands, with my arms, keeping the knee in, but see if you can release some of the effort from the hands and the arms. Perhaps checking in with the shoulders and the neck, releasing some tension there, and allowing the shoulders and the head to release a little bit more into the mat. Bringing the left hand onto the left hip as a reminder to keep it down. Begin to open the right knee to the side. That hip rotates to the side so the right knee comes out to the side. You can support that leg perhaps with your arm, your elbow on the ground. Maybe putting a little pillow, a block, a couple pillows under that leg if you'd like. Just noticing how the sensation changes just by rotating that leg out to the side. We're coming into our chill part of our class to kind of wind down. Slow our breath back down. So on your inhale, let's bring that knee back into the chest. And we'll bring the left knee into the chest, into that little ball again. Maybe this time you want to curl up, wrap your arms around your legs so you're in a little egg. Perhaps take a little rock side to side, a little roll. That feels good. And we'll slowly come back down onto the back. Left knee comes into the chest, right foot comes down. Taking a moment to settle in. Option to extend that right leg down the mat. Inhale deep. Exhale. Perhaps bringing that knee in a little bit more. And just feeling that breath as it moves through your body. Right hand comes onto the right hip. You open the left hip so the knee comes to the side. Supporting that leg with your arm and elbow, or perhaps tucking some pillows or blocks under the knee. Always feeling free to bring your props to these classes online. And if you have any questions about props and supporting poses, please message Wellness and ask for our opinions, and we'll be happy to help set you up for the next class with props. We'll inhale that knee back to center. Bring the right knee into the chest, making that ball one last time, coming into a nice curly ball. And then we're going to come down, planting those feet on the ground. Knees are bent. Arms come out to the sides. Nice big T, or if you don't have room like me, my wall's right there. You can make some cactus arms. If that's still not enough room, you can bring those arms, interlace, grab the elbows, and bring them up over your head, making do with the space you have around you. We're going to walk those knees together, squeezing those thighs and calves together. Not super tight, but just so they are aware of each other, still there. And as you exhale, let's move those legs over to the right side into a little twist. Gaze stay at the center or over the left side. Perhaps noticing for yourself how with all these twists we've done today, how have they changed from that first twist in practice? An opening of the side body and the side body stretch. Just noticing how maybe the movements have gotten a little bit more open as we've slowly warmed up our body. Gaze comes back to center, knees come back to center. And then bringing the twist to the other side. Those legs squeeze together as they slowly begin to fall. Over to the left-hand side. Gaze can be at the ceiling or over the right-hand side. Noticing how the body has enjoyed and changed through these twists on this side today.
think it's so cool to just slowly notice over time how your body can change and adapt. I also notice more frequently how my sleep or lack of sleep affects my practice too. I just find it really interesting to me. Inhale those knees back to center, gaze to center. You can reach those legs down the mat, heels to the corners. Arms sweep down, reaching toward the feet, out at about 45 degrees, opening the palms toward the ceiling. Slowly tucking that chin into the chest as you let the head rest back. And starting at the tips of your toes, move your awareness up your body this time, checking in and finding those spaces of openness, of release. Perhaps there's still some spaces of tension. You want to do a few movements after this to get rid of. Just checking in. Then slowly, you're going to bend that right knee. Bring the foot to the ground. Bend the left knee. Bring the foot to the ground. Inhale those arms up and overhead if there's space. I'll run into my coffee table. And then slowly move over to your left-hand side, arm as a pillow. And taking a moment here to think of one thing today that you're grateful your body can do for you. And just appreciating what your body can do. Planting that left hand into the mat, slowly pushing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Rolling those shoulders back, letting the arms get heavy, sitting nice and tall. Inhaling those hands to heart center. Slightly tucking the chin. Ending with a deep inhale through the nose. And a long exhale through the mouth. Letting this practice go. We've strengthened, we've stretched, we've breathed, we've moved our bodies into a bunch of different directions. And I think this afternoon is going to feel quite good. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. If you have any questions, have a few minutes. And I hope to see you next week.